Hi everyone, so this book was chosen by JJ, Joey, Flynn and Laurie. It's called The Lion Inside. In a dry, dusty place where the sand sparkles gold stood a mighty flat rock, all cragged and old. And under the rock there is a tiny full house. Lived the littlest, the quietest, the meekest brown mouse. He was so tiny, so incredibly small, that nobody ever noticed him at all. He got trod on and sat on and missed out for stuff, ignored and forgotten. Yes, mouse life was tough. Meanwhile, far above, on top of a rock, times were quite different. It was Lion. This huge toothsome creature made sure everyone saw how important he was by how loud he could roar. He was head of the pack. He was shouty and tough. He loved showing the crowd he was made of strong stuff. Yes, all were impressed by this mighty king cat. If only, thought the mouse, I could be more like that. Then late one night, in his mini mouse bed, the cleverest thought popped into his head. He jumped from his covers, he held up a paw. I've got it, he said. What I need is a roar. I mean, what if this mouse, with the weeniest squeak, was a little more grrr and a little less meek? Well, he'd still be the smallest of fuzzy of brown mice. He'd make friends and join in, and life would be nice. Yes, thought the mouse, I must find out how. I will learn to roar, and I will learn it now. But gulp, oh gosh, there was one beast who could teach him this thing, but might make him a feast. It was time to be strong, take a chance after all. Forever was such a long time to feel so small. So he made himself brave, and he thought like a winner, to set off to the top, hoping not to be dinner. He felt like the scariest thing he could do. But if you want things to change, you first have to change you. The further he climbed, the closer he got to the slumbering lion, reclining on the top. Then at last he stood on his tippy toes. He found himself suddenly nose to nose. Gulp, pardon me. Wake up, Mr. Lion, you've got company. Squeak, Mr. Lion. What I've come to you for is to squeak. Don't think you could teach me to roar. A silence before that twinkling plain. Lion opened his eyes and puffed out his mane. Time slowed right down, why it felt like a week. Then he opened his mouth and he let out a eek! The lion was shaking, his paws all a thumble. He was backing away, a scrambling tumble. Don't hurt me, he whimpered. Oh, try to be nice. Well, my goodness, this lion was frightened of a mice. Don't worry, Mouse peeped. I'm a friend, not a foe. Let's rock this together. We'll have fun, don't you know? That was a magical moment for sure, when Mouse didn't feel at all small anymore. He had found his true voice and learned to speak out. For that, you didn't need to roar or shout. And from that day and always, the two were a pair. They both liked that rock better now that it was to share. The mouse, well, still felt big in his head, and Lion, he still roared with laughter instead. guess that day they both learned that no matter your size, we all have a mouse and a lion inside.